Hello and welcome, it's Pamela here and I hope you're having a great weekend. Today I've got an art journal page tutorial to share with you that I've created using my new Art by Marlene goodies. And I'm working in the Art by Marlene Rainbow Journal, which includes 5 journals. One is more like a lined notebook, but the other 4 have mixed media paper and are perfect for art journaling. So if you're not familiar with the Art by Marlene designs, they're really bright and bold and colourful, and the different collections have collage papers and die cut blocks, both which you'll see me using in this video. And they make putting together an art journal page really quick and easy, as a lot of the work has already been done for you. You just need to add a few bits of your own creativity. So everything you see me using on these pages today is from the Artsy Arabia collection, and I'm starting with one of the collage papers, which I'm just adhering to my journal with some soft matte gel. It might be easier to work with in small sections, as I did find it creased and bubbled a bit, although it wasn't too bad once it was dry, and I thought if anything it adds to the texture of the page. I'm aiming for my background to be a nighttime sky, so I'm adding some paint splatters now to look like stars. First with some white gesso and then with some gold gouache by Artsy Arabia, both which I've slightly watered down, and then I've used my heat tool to dry. I'm then adding some more interest to my page using the stencil from the collection and some black gouache paint. This is actually my first time stenciling a design with paint, and I found out that less is definitely more, as when I added a bit too much to my sponge I got a bit of a blobby design, as you can see on the right, but it's all okay. It will remind me next time to definitely use less paint on my sponge. I'm then going to stencil in that gorgeous flower design on the sides of my page. I'm also using the gouache paint here, and I think the colours I used were vermilion green and scarlet red. And I just flipped the stencil over to get it on both sides, but I did wash my stencil in between just so it wouldn't get mucky and transfer to the other side of the page. The red kind of got mixed in with the black when I was applying it. I think I got some pickup of the black that was still on the sponge, but I actually really like the way my flowers look. They kind of look like they've got shading on them, so picking up a bit of the black was definitely a happy accident in this case. I'm then using jet black archival ink and the stamps from the Artsy Arabia collection to add a bit more interest to the lower half of my page. The bottom half of my stamp design didn't come out amazingly well, but that's okay, as it's going to be covered by these die cuts that you can see now, and they are from the die cut blocks by Art by Marlene, and they are just gorgeous. The die cut blocks have a really wide variety of die cut pieces, including these beautiful buildings, and there are camels, there are elephants, there are faces and figures, and they are a really fun way of creating an art journal spread. And I will just say I'm not sponsored, or these haven't been supplied to me. I bought them all out of my own pocket. I just saw them and really liked them and wanted to have a play around and thought they'd be really fun to share with you. So as you can see, I'm placing quite a few of the die cuts on my page. I'll also include some at the top as well, and I'm just gluing them down with a white glue, although you could use your gel medium for this part too. So once all my pieces have been glued down, I want to add some shading around them. This will help them stand out from the background a bit more. And for this I'm using a Derwent Inktense. I'm using the shade Ink Black, and I really love these pencils, as you can add as much or as little shading as you like. You can just build up layers, and if you find you've added too much, you can use your water brush to wash some of it away and dab it up with a paper towel, as I'm doing here. Although once it's dry, the pigment's permanent, so it's perfect for art journaling and mixed media work where you want to add further layers on top. So you could go around your elements completely with the shading, and that would really help them stand off the page, but I decided to just concentrate on one side so it'd be like they were in the shade of the moonlight. I'm also adding some shading around those flowers that I stenciled in, but gouache will rework if you wet it again, so I'm trying really hard not to work too wet. I'm just using the tiniest amount of pigment off the nib of the pencil and a only slightly damp brush to blend it in very lightly. I'm then finishing off the shading just by adding a tiny amount around each star. And I'm loving the way this page is looking. It's so bright and colourful. The last thing to do is just finally add a sentiment. And I've chosen one from the Art by Marlene quote sticker book, which reads "Connected in Creativity," which I think really adds to this page. I'll just outline it with a white gel pen to help it stand out more, and that's my page complete. And I really love the way it's turned out. I hope you do too, and you're inspired to create something similar. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care.